I was 7 months into remission when my husband told a room full of our friends that he'd married a woman, not a science project. I was 34. Ovarian stage 3, diagnosed the week after our second anniversary. 9 months of treatment, a full hysterectomy, and the specific hell of learning at 33 that the kids we'd been arguing about, timing, how many, whether we could afford it, had quietly become a thing that would never exist. Daniel was good during it. I need to say that because it's what made the rest of it land the way it did. He shaved his head the day mine started coming out. He learned the anti-nausea schedule better than I did. He held my hair and what was left of it, and told me I was the strongest person he'd ever met, and I believed him because why wouldn't I? The dinner was at our place, 8 of us. Someone's cousin had just had a baby and the phone was going around the table, and Priya asked me, kindly, carefully, the way people ask, how I was doing with all of it. I said I was okay. I said we were looking into adoption actually, that we'd started the paperwork, and I felt myself smile in a way I hadn't in a long time. And Daniel said, into the middle of that, well, one of us started the paperwork. There was a beat. Someone laughed, the reflexive kind, before they understood. He kept going. He had that loose, 3 glasses in confidence. He said, I signed up for a wife. I married a woman, not a science project. Nobody handed me a form for this. I want to describe the silence, but I don't think I can. Priya's husband put down his fork so carefully it didn't make a sound. Across from me, Becca was looking at her lap. Someone's chair creaked. He looked around at all of them and said, what? Come on. Nobody helped him. I didn't cry. I didn't say anything. I stood up, cleared 4 plates, and asked if anyone wanted coffee. Priya said yes in a voice that was already breaking. I made the coffee. I served it. I sat back down and let him talk about work for 20 minutes while 8 adults sat in a room pretending they hadn't heard what they'd heard. Everyone left by 10. Fast. At 2 in the morning, he came to bed and put his hand on my hip. First time since the surgery, incidentally. First time in 11 months. And I turned over and said, I wouldn't want to be a science project about it. He said I was being dramatic. I left at 6:15, packed 2 bags while he slept, put my ring on the nightstand on top of a note that said, I was the strongest person you'd ever met, right up until it cost you something. He's been calling everyone. I know because they've been sending me the texts. The story he's telling is that he was drunk, that it was a joke, that I ambushed him by bringing up adoption in front of people, as if my future were something I was supposed to smuggle past him. Here's the part he doesn't know. His sister Claire had come by that night to drop off a dehumidifier he'd asked to borrow. She let herself in through the back because that's what she always did. She was standing in the kitchen doorway holding a box when he said it. I didn't see her. Nobody saw her. She put the box down and left. Their mother died of ovarian cancer in 2009. Claire was 19. Daniel was 22. He drove home from school every weekend that year. He has told me, more than once, actually crying, that watching his father go quiet and useless in that house was the thing that taught him what a man is not supposed to be. Claire texted me 4 days ago. It said, he was in that hospital room too. He watched Dad stop showing up. He knows exactly what he did, and he knows exactly who he sounded like. I'm not covering for him. I've already told Aunt Rennie. Come stay with me if you need to. I did. I'm on her couch right now. He called last night and left a voicemail asking whether I'd really throw away 7 years over 1 sentence. It wasn't 1 sentence. It was 7 months of him being generous and heroic while I was dying, and then finding out he'd only signed up for the part where he got to be the hero. The second I stopped being a crisis and started being just a woman with scars and no uterus and a plan for the future, I was overhead. Some people don't fail you when it's hard. They fail you when it stops being hard and there's nothing left in it for them.